All right, here we go. Struggling. All right, everybody. Here we go. Come on in. Come on in. Thank you all so much for being here. We are going to do the birthday stream. This is the recap of the Virgin Voyages birthday meetup cruise. Some of you all have been asking. Some of you all have been waiting for this stream. So I wanted to go ahead and give you your content and show you some behind the scenes of the Maggie meetup cruise. For anybody new here, hi, I'm Maggie, your substitute teacher, and I always welcome you. Hello, Glam with Nikki. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so happy to see you. Let me know when that baby comes. I cannot wait. But yes, I wanted to give you all my take on the Virgin Voyages cruise that we just went on. And I'm going to give you guys a little bit of story time. Of course, as always, I have some pictures to share with you. Tara's been waiting for this stream. Yes, absolutely. I've been posting pictures and I've been posting reels, but here we are. So I'm going to tell you all about it and then how we ended up here. And of course, as always, if you have questions, I will answer your questions. Just kind of having fun tonight. So clearly, my birthday is always around Thanksgiving. So I'm in late November, and it's just one of those of you all who have holiday birthdays, you understand how difficult it is to kind of celebrate because people are with their family as they should be. So I remember the first year that I had this channel, what I did for my birthday, it's almost embarrassing, but I went around and all the places, the restaurants that give you something free for your birthday, I was collecting them and I did a recap. So janky. But we have a travel agent in our community. Her name is Lauren from Robin's Cruise Connections. And she actually reached out to me, I guess a couple of years ago now. And she said, Maggie, I recently went on a cruise and I saw some people kind of gathering up on the cruise. And I was wondering if you've ever thought of having a meetup as a cruise. And I was like, that is a great idea, because people always ask, oh, Maggie, are you going to have a meetup? Do you do anything in person? And It's a lot to put it together. It's a labor of love, but it's definitely a labor. So when Lauren reached out to me that she was a proper travel agent and she would handle everything, I said, oh my goodness, yes. So Lauren put together our first annual Maggie Meetup cruise, and she asked me, when do you want to travel? And I said, well, my birthday's in November around Thanksgiving. Maybe we can do a cruise for my birthday. People can come, we can eat, drink, and be merry. So last year we went on Royal Caribbean, had an amazing time. And then some people were saying, oh, we don't want to be around these kids. So Lauren suggested that we try Virgin Voyages. All right. So if you've ever cruised before, Virgin is new in the cruise industry. I think they're only 2 or 3 years old, and they have a very different take on cruising. I had a wonderful time. However, it was very different. So I'm going to share my pictures and my video with you all. And thank you so much, Devalian. I'm going to share my pictures and my video with you all and give you all some my take on it. And I will just say this, next year, we're going back to Royal Caribbean, all right? Because somebody wants a water slide, and I want to give you all what you want. All right, so let me share my screen. We've got our albums here, and let's start on day one. I think it is this one. So we cruised on Virgin Voyages November, I think it was the 13th through the 17th, I believe. So we sailed out of Miami. And let me see what I can show you all here. So we sailed out of Miami, which means we needed to fly to Miami. So we flew out the morning of, and we ended up at the port in Miami. And they have this huge place where you can check in. As you know, Virgin Voyages, Virgin Atlantic, very red, very colorful. So you get in there. You know, you get your little wristband, everything is touchless, everything's on the app, so you all can kind of see. We get checked in, you get your little badge, and not badge, wristband, and that works as your door key. It works as your credit card. It works as, you know, everything and anything that you want to do. So I guess it was kind of nice. Maybe I'm a little bit old school. A lot of the, pardon me, other cruise lines, they have the key card, but Virgin Voyages uses the wristband. You can take it off in the shower or whatever you need to do. All right, so let's go back and see what I can show. All right, so let me go back here because I took tons of pictures. I know y'all don't want to see everything. All right, so the waiting area, like I said, everything was very red. Getting on board was nice. This was the room. We had a balcony room, so it had you can arrange the beds however you want it. You can see there's a balcony, and the balcony has a hammock, so that's really nice. We did get the XL suite, so it had a full, you know, bathroom with full shower. Cruise rooms are notoriously small, and I will say this, you know, getting the XL option, it was nice to have like a full shower and everything. Oh, thank you so much, Loose Goose. Happy to be here with you all and share. Thank you all so much. I see you guys on Instagram as well. Okay, so let's see. I think we got there and got on board. Our check-in time was about 3 p.m. So we got to our room, and then these are just some views of the port of Miami. So I did some exploring. One of the things about Virgin Voyages, and a lot of cruise lines are doing this now, I think post-pandemic, what they're doing is instead of long lines and everybody just like racing to get on the ship, when you check in your mobile app before, you pick a time slot. So you pick an hourly time slot when you want to board. So our time slot was 3 p.m. just to allow for any flights or anything. And so we got there a little bit before, and we were able to move through quickly. I did like that. One of the things about Virgin Voyages, again, 18 and up only. So no children, no kids club, none of that. I didn't necessarily like that. In my opinion, if the kids aren't there, then the adults start to act like kids. However, if you want, you know, no kids, that's an option for you. Also at Virgin, no buffets. All of the food is served. And I think I did like that as well. All right, so let's go back in. All right. So I did some browsing around. So the ship is still getting boarded. So I wanted to go take some pictures. This is one of the kitchens, the restaurants. You all can see the decor here. I think this was maybe Test Kitchen or Razzle Dazzle. I went to the spa. They were giving tours. I just wanted to kind of take some pictures before it got really busy. What I'm used to is a very nautical design, which means like wood grain arm rails and just very traditional. You can see Virgin is a little different. Of course, you know, they had the ice cream and all of that stuff, but it was very modern. I don't think that's a bad thing, but I can be honest and say, like, when I walk into a room, I just want to hit the light switch on the wall. They had this tablet that you press to open the curtains, or you press to adjust the lights, or you press to do everything. I think that's fine. I think young folks would probably absolutely love it because you guys love these devices. But I do think for someone who has cruised Royal, Carnival, Norwegian, I think for me, having the big atrium and the elevators, the glass elevators that go up and down, just very like throwback feel. I like that. Virgin does not have that, just so you all know. Not a bad thing, just giving you all my take on it. This is something that I did like. They had a lot of these grab and go stations. So of course they had seated restaurants and, like I said, no buffets. Let's see if this will let me zoom in. So you can see they had some salads here. Everything was packed and hermetically sealed. So if you wanted to take some food to your room, they had these type of grab and go sustainable containers. So that looks like plastic that you, or, you know, something sustainable you could take to your room and then just dress it up and go. So you didn't have to, you know, have anything that was disposable. That was nice. Let's see. So for food items, to me, it was kind of like an upscale cafeteria, meaning everything was kind of in a glass case. The food was good, very good, and you were served. So you were able to see displays of the food, and then you would say, okay, I would like the toast with Nutella. They would make a fresh one for you or warm it up and then hand it to you. So that was their version of the buffet. So no tongs, no, you know, people touching all kinds of stuff. So if you're kind of a germaphobe, that's a good thing. So when it's served to you, you get it on a little silver tray like this. So desserts, breakfast, I think they call it the galley. So this was just me kind of walking through, and you all can see here, of course, they have pizza, they have muffins, they have croissants, they have champagne, they have everything. So this was me just kind of exploring. I like a seated meal. I like to be served because I always cook and serve for others and I enjoy doing it. But if you are, you know, just coming in from the pool or just want to take some stuff to your room, they have options for you there. Let's see what else. We did go to dinner. The first night we went to dinner at their signature restaurant, which is called Razzle Dazzle. I think it was lamb shank, and they had proper dinner food. For me, the ambiance, even my dining companion was like, it kind of felt a little nightclubish. Not bad if you like that kind of disco vibe. I like a little bit slower paced, a little bit more refined, the wait staff in, you know, black tie or whatever. That's what I like. So I think this was a pork belly appetizer, some wings. This was a lamb shank. So again, really good, but it was just, let me see if you all can see a little bit of the design of the restaurant. Kind of hard to tell, but you can see the light is red. It was just very much like kind of, you know, party red light. I don't want to say red light district, but y'all understand. Creme brulee. And then the food was very artistic. So if you ordered chocolate cake, this was it. This whole thing was like a shell. And then there was a chocolate cake inside. So again, very modern, very artistic, not bad, just different. So I'm glad that I went and I'm glad that I experienced it. But that was day one. Let's see if there's anything else to shout out. So we had dinner The food was very good. The drinks were very good. And then went to the room. Beautiful sunset on the water. There's nothing like being out on the water and enjoying. All right. So that was day one. Travel days are always rough. You're flying in, you're getting yourself sorted. So what I did on day one was connect with everyone who was traveling with us, make sure they had landed, make sure they got to the port, and make sure everyone was all aboard. One thing that I did like, Virgin has all aboard and their sail away party, I think at 6 p.m. A lot of the other cruise ships, they depart around 4 or 4:30. So you have an extra hour and a half, 2 hours to make it to the ship. So from the Miami airport, we Ubered, maybe it was like 20 minutes, and then you're right there. When you land or when you arrive, they have the porters there to take your luggage. So you can go check in, get your wristband, and then the porters will bring your luggage to your room. So a busy day, but I think their onboarding is good. All right. So that was day one. This was a 5-day. Thank you all so much. I appreciate it. This was a 5-day, 4-night cruise. So that was day one. Let me know what y'all are thinking so far. Let me know if you've ever cruised Virgin Voyages before and if you liked it or prefer something else. All right, so we're going to go over to day two. So I made albums for everything to try and keep myself organized. So day two is what they call a sea day. So that just means that we're basically sailing the whole day. We are on the ship. And these ships are massive. I didn't get seasick. I know some people do, but I didn't get seasick. So you can see here, again, the decor, modern, kind of minimalist aesthetic, red, very, I don't know how to describe it, just modern and new. Maybe you like that. That's great. So we went to breakfast. We went to breakfast at Razzle Dazzle. Razzle Dazzle was the same place that we went for dinner the night before. So got some fruit, of course, a mimosa. The candied bacon was really good. And I got a waffle and a grain bowl. Now, I will say this, those of you all who like your traditional, just bacon, eggs, and pancakes, they do have it, but the menu is, I'm not going to say plant-based, but it's like health conscious, forward, a lot of like grains and, the quinoa and that kind of stuff. You can have the regular things, but it's just going to be a little bit more of a different menu. So, some people like that. Some people like just, this is my time to indulge. There's lots of stuff to indulge, but at least by day, Razzle Dazzle is like plant-based forward. Jurgen says it seems a little sterile. Yeah, I can see why you would say that. It was very clean, lines, very, very different from your traditional nautical cruise ship. So, but that was breakfast on day two. And then we met up for the meet and greet. Everybody who came, I gave them some t-shirts, the OnlyPants t-shirts. So this was one of my favorite parts. So, again, everybody books their travel with Lauren and Virgin Voyages or Royal Caribbean. If you all want to come with us next year, I'll be turning 50 because I just turned 49 yesterday. I'll put the link in the chat. But I wanted to make sure that we did a meet and greet. And this was one of my favorite parts, just getting time to sit and talk to everyone, hugs and Q&A, and just really kind of let our hair down. I didn't post much. I really wanted to be present while I was traveling with the travelers, and it was wonderful. Some people were new, some people were repeat. I think everybody's coming back and maybe even more. So really excited to see everyone. So we sat for a couple of hours after breakfast and just kind of got caught up. I let people ask questions, and we had a really good time. Okay, so the next favorite thing that I enjoyed was afternoon tea. So the men went off to do whatever they wanted to do. At Virgin, they have a champagne bar, a Moet champagne bar, and they serve afternoon tea. I know we have a couple of ladies from the finishing school in here, and I love afternoon tea. It's a British tradition, but I just think it's really elegant. So my treat, I wanted to take the ladies to tea and give them a tea lesson if they wanted it. And everybody was down for it. So we went to the champagne bar, and they had their, what are these? I want to say biscuits, y'all. I'm back in the South. Scones, your macaroons, your cucumber sandwiches. They did a little bit different order, but we sat down, we had tea, everybody got their tea. I got the birthday package, so they sent a bottle of Moet to the room. So it was really, really nice. That second day was wonderful. So this is just the hallway. Oh, yes, I went to the spa and got a massage and a muscle treatment. And then got changed for dinner. All right, so dinner, we went to the Latin-inspired restaurant called Pink Agave, and this was probably, pardon me, this was probably the best meal that we had on board. So Pink Agave is the place if you like your guacamole, if you like all of that type of Latin-inspired cuisine. Pink Agave is for you. And so when you book, you can add any type of package if you want, if you're celebrating anything. And so I added that I was having a birthday. And so they gave me like a special birthday menu, which was a little bit limited, but our waiter was like, forget the birthday menu. I'm going to open this up to everything on the menu for you. And they were just bringing out stuff for us to try. It was incredible. So let me see if I can show you all Pink Agave. Lori's here. She says, I agree. The food was good. Lori was on the cruise with us. Hello, my dear. So good to see you. So I got dressed in my red dress. There's a reason for that. And then we went to Pink Agave. So this was my one of the dinners. So the package is called Splash Your Bash. So they have this beautiful sign at the table and the camera. And this is the birthday menu, the simplified menu that they give you. And the waiter was like, we have so much more. So he recommended what I should have. And I just said, surprise me. That's my absolute favorite. So he was bringing out drinks and snacks, their house guacamole and chips. Excellent. These were enchiladas, chicken enchiladas. Excellent. With like a green sauce. This corn, this Mexican street corn, 10 out of 10. The flavor was so good. Mexican street corn, some shrimp, I guess just some like grilled shrimp. And then this was a chorizo with potatoes. Everything was wonderful. And then the ribeye with like some type of Mexican cheese on it. It just kept coming. And I tasted everything. In my opinion, the best meal for me, if I can have 2 bites of everything, I absolutely would. So Pink Agave was probably one of the best dinners. Highly recommend. It was a little, rambunctious. Again, a lot of alcohol on the adult cruise. I'm not a big drinker. I'm more of a lightweight, but people were getting loose and loud and laughing. And so if you want something that's a little bit quieter, just know, people like to turn up. And I think, with no kids there, people are like, let's turn all the way up. But Pink Agave was excellent. The food was really good. That was one of my favorites. So that second day was incredible. Let's see if there's anything else about the food. So I had the ribeye, tasted everything. I can't remember what this was. It came with tortillas. That might have been some other type of dish. I forget already. But yeah, so much food. And then some type of deconstructed dessert and ice cream tacos. All right. So after dinner, Virgin Voyages has this signature red party. They call it Scarlet Night. Jurgen says it looks good. The main thing is good meat. Yes. If you're a meatitarian, the lamb shank at Razzle Dazzle, you'll love it. And the ribeye at Pink Agave, you'll love it. So they do have meat on the menu. It's just for each one meat item, they're going to have like 4 or 5 like plant-based items. So just letting you all know that. All right. This is not like Royal Caribbean has a steakhouse on board called Chops, where you can get filet, New York strip, ribeye, porterhouse, like a lot of different meat options. So if you're a meatitarian, you have choices. They're just going to be a little bit limited. Want you all to know that. Okay, so the red party, Scarlet Night. So while we were out at afternoon tea during the day, I saw decorations starting to go up on the ship. And I was kind of like, what's going on? Different inflatables. And then you see the attire of the people start to change towards the evening. So they have this big party out on the pool deck. It starts at either 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. Y'all may not know this. I'm an early bird, so I go down with the sun. So my plan was to just go get dressed up because everybody's supposed to wear something red, take a picture just to say I've been here, and then go back to my room. Well, the DJ was playing. Every song was my favorite song. So you all know how I am. But when I got out there to that red party, you're going to see everything. All right. Everything. So I'm in front of some inflatable octopus. You can see this here. Um, it was a lot. The smoke machine started going. And so, dancing, taking it all in. I found a woman that had a dress just like mine. So we were twinning. People were out. The pool deck was bumping. Everybody was having a good time. The music was going. For me, y'all know how I always say over here, we are moms and dads and boys and girls and husbands and wives. And if you want to do anything else, do it over there. That's fine. I was over there. All right. So I needed to come back to where I was because you're going to see everything. All right. Marie says it was the red wave. Yes. But it was fun. One thing that I was not prepared for at the end of the party or at the part where we left, everybody gets in the pool. I was not ready for that. I did not get in the pool. Okay. So they do something where I guess the pool has a, how do you say, adjustable floor. And they like raise the floor of the pool so that it's like the water is like ankle high or shin high. So everybody can get in the pool and the DJ is going and it's bumping and they're dancing and you're getting splashed with water. I was not ready for that. So that's when I was like, okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I am done. I did not sign up for this. All right. I am not trying to get splashed, but yeah, you saw everything. Everything. All right. Just halter tops, harnesses, everything. So just knowing that I was not prepared. Did I have a good time? Yes, I had a good time. But it was a lot. Jurgen says, red, I only have it for my motorcycle. Now, again, y'all, this is completely optional. You can stay in your room, you can go to dinner, but when in Rome, I'll do anything once. So I'm here to tell y'all, if you hear that Maggie was at some turn up rave, I ended up there. So I'm always telling on myself. But the music was good. We had a good time. That was day number 2. All right. So let's see. I think that was it for day number 2. But yeah, you all can see. Let me see if I can zoom in here. So see what I mean? Most of us were dressed, but there was some of this going on. There was some of this going on. You have people all around the pool deck, all around. It was just a lot. So I prefer the family friendly and the kids. All right. But everybody was having a good time. So that was day number 2. All right. Day number 3. So we slept off the red party. And now, day number 3, we're going to Key West. All right. So if you've never cruised before, usually cruises, one of the things that I love is, unless it's a sea day, usually they travel overnight. So they usually dock somewhere during the day. You can get off the ship and go and explore. Excuse me, pardon me. So I think Mediterranean cruises or any of those places, if you don't like packing and unpacking, going to different hotels, having all of that stuff, moving about, cruises could be a great option because the ship moves for you. And then you can get off the ship and explore. Just make sure you're back by the time the all aboard Marie, you see, the kids keep the tone down. You see what I mean? And I like that. This may be your people, and that's fine. Y'all know I always say, do what works for you. I prefer a more family friendly environment. I had a great time. I am glad that I went. However, yeah. So um, we sailed overnight, and then when you wake up in the morning, I'm an early bird. I like to go out. We're usually docking. So the first land stop was at Key West, Florida. And I like to do a lot of things. So I booked a food tour, which is like a walking tour off of the ship. So I was really excited. Let's go in and I'll show you all that. This is day number 3. So again, every morning I would go out on the balcony. This is the view from the balcony. It was beautiful. So we go from water to seeing land. So it's all right. We're pulling up on Key West, Florida, and you can see some beautiful oceanfront properties for a pretty penny, but it was lovely. Okay, so on our way, before I got off the ship, we did go to breakfast at the wake, or brunch at the wake. This was the restaurant at the tail end of the ship, and this was nice and quiet and peaceful, very much my speed. So if you want traditional cruise dining, this one is going to be more akin to that. So you can see very classic design. And just so you know, the wake on the ship is the tail end. So you're basically looking at the back of the ship where the water is, and the waves, it's called the wake. That's what the water is behind the ship. So it's a beautiful view, beautiful service, beautiful food. All right, so this was the clam chowder. So they serve you this bowl first with some clam and some other crispy bits, and then they bring this broth, and then they pour the broth all over. So you basically have a soup with all the little chunky bits. Excellent. They also had what is this called? Eggs Benedict. And I couldn't decide which one I wanted. So the waiter said, have one of each. So this one was a crab, Eggs Benedict. And then this one might be some type of pork or something. I can't remember. And then that might have been a veggie. But basically, I just got a sampler. So if you like a soft yolk and a runny egg, it was excellent. This was absolutely excellent with a nice French salad on the side. Incredible. So I had one of each, and then I also ordered French toast. So you can see the portions are kind of small, which is good because you can taste a lot of things. So you can always order multiple entrees, multiple appetizers, whatever you like. And then I even got this crepe cake. Take a couple bites of everything and just see what you like and enjoy. All right. So one thing about cruising, there's a lot of food and there's a lot of variety of food. I love that. Clearly, I like to eat. But you have multiple restaurants. Some are grab and go, some are sit down, some are a little bit like party, but wherever you want to go, it's all included. That's one thing that Virgin does. Royal Caribbean, they do have buffets and they have some dining that is included. But they also have what they call specialty dining, which I always do specialty. You pay a little bit more, but it gives you that exclusive experience that I like to report back for you all. All right. So now I'm getting off of the ship. So we are ready to meet up our group. So like I said, I booked a tour for a Key West walking food tour. So we're walking through, and you can get off the ship on your own and explore. I like to do things with the cruise line because I'm with a group. For me, it just works better and, probably a little bit safer because I'll just end up somewhere. So this was nice. It was a 3-hour walking tour. So it was one of these places. We went to one place and got fish tacos. So we would walk a little bit, go in, and then you get a sampler of the signature dishes in that area. We would learn the history. We would learn, about who started it, any major events and presidents and all these types of things. So I had fish tacos. Then we went to another place that ended up being kind of like a little artsy shop, but they had excellent Cuban sandwiches. If you like a good Cuban with the roasted pork and the really good bread and the mayo or mustard, excellent. 10 out of 10. So we're walking and we're sampling. They had Cuban coffee. Clearly, I don't know if you all know this, but Key West, Florida is closer to Cuba than it is to Miami. I think it's only 90 miles to Cuba. So Cuban cigars, Cuban coffee, Cuban sandwiches, a lot of that Latin flair, which is, I love Latin food and those flavors. It's very similar to African. All right, so we did the Cuban coffee and the Cuban sandwiches, walking, getting more history. There was a Cuban sandal shop that we went in. I loved it. Some leather makers. So people come and they bring their trades, got some really good Cuban leather, very affordable. So this was in a shopping mall that had sandals on one side and then cigars on the other side. This was the cigar shop. I didn't get any cigars, but you all can see here they have whatever. I can't tell you anything about cigars. Honestly, I don't know, but it was really leisurely. So, just some comfortable shoes, you go out and you're with the group. And I love exploring in these type of experiences. You do not have to get off the ship. You do not have to be part of a tour. This was optional. I opted to do it. You can get off and explore on your own. Or a lot of people like to stay on the ship because it's quieter, because a lot of people are off doing other things. So you can stay on the ship and just basically have it to yourself. And a lot of the like spas and other places will have discounts if you wanted to take advantage of that. So when I have the Maggie Meetup cruises, I always say you can do as much as you want with me or nothing at all. So we have our one meetup and group picture. Some people hung out with me. Some people wanted to explore and do their own thing, and it's totally fine. All right, so let's continue. Let's see if there's anything else about Key West. Y'all can let me know if you've ever been to Key West, Florida, if you liked it, if you would go back, or if I missed anything. So beautiful day, nice warm weather, tropical palm trees everywhere, wearing dresses and sandals and sneakers. So yeah, just really laid back, very much like a beach bum kind of vibe, t-shirts and, of course, all the touristy stuff as well, Tommy Bahama and all of that. But I really enjoyed. The next place we went to, we had a lobster mac and cheese. So there's a difference between like Gulf lobster and New England lobster. They were explaining it to me. I do not remember. This one is a little bit more savory than sweet. But yeah, you're just learning about all the different cuisine. And we went to the pier and the fishermen were there doing their thing, fresh catch of the day. So they were chopping it up right there for the restaurant. So if you like really fresh seafood, if you like water sports, all of this is available to you. The next place we ended up was this seafood market where we tried some of the Gulf shrimp, and they're explaining to us the difference between Gulf shrimp. So you can see here, everything is like, tasting bites of all this different cuisine. So I absolutely loved it. And then, of course, would it be Key West unless we had key lime pie, which is not green, but I had authentic key lime pie. It was so incredible. We got the condemned. He says, "Happy birthday, Madam Maggie." Thank you. Yesterday was the actual birthday, but I wanted to do this review for you all because we went out to dinner last night. So I wanted to give you all this content. Yeah, you're here for the lobster mac and cheese. It was good. It was good. I think I prefer New England lobster. I like a little bit sweet. This lobster is a little bit more savory, but it's wonderful to hear and learn as you're trying. All right, so the key lime pie, this is one thing I do remember because y'all know I'm team sweet. So I think the history on the key lime pie is the fishermen back in the day would make a snack where they would take condensed milk and put it in a bag and squeeze the key limes that are in the area. I don't think they're native to the area. I think they were brought there, but the little tart key limes, they would squeeze that into the bag with the condensed milk and they would shake it up and it would kind of turn into like a custard, like a sweet kind of tart custard. And they would eat it like a custard. And somebody brought it home to their wife. And just like wives do, we take things and we make them better and beautiful, they decided to take this custard and use it as a pie filling and put cream, like put it in a crust and like, whipped cream and, whatever, and basically turn it into a pie. So something that started as a fisherman's snack is now what Key West is known for. So if you ever have key lime pie and it's green, that is not authentic, but this was creamy. It was served cold, almost like an ice cream cake, but it was sweet, it was velvety, it was tart, it was everything. So yes, the key lime pie was everything. And of course, everything ends in the gift shop. There's all kind of stuff that you can have. So I think that was the end of our official tour, but somebody that I know that told me, she's been to Key West, she said, you've got to go to this place called Matheson's where they have these 1-pound cookies, just massive cookies. So I went in there to go check it out and take pictures for y'all for research purposes. But I had to go in and see these massive cookies. I know y'all, believe me, I was laid out afterwards, but they have chocolate chip, they have chocolate pecan, they have peanut butter. This is my weakness. And then they have this one in the back that's like a peanut butter cookie with peanut butter cream and chocolate cream. I would just cola pass. I couldn't. But and then they have, all kind of key lime desserts. I think this one is macadamia nut. Whatever kind of cookie you want. They even have some sprinkles back here. I think they have brownies. So they have everything, y'all. Sugar cookies. I got that for Lucy. So I wanted to go and they baked the cookies fresh. It was incredible. Just again, one of those, little local places. I think, when I visit someplace, I always like to try the local stuff instead of just going to the chains. So if it's something that I can't get in my area, I definitely like to explore. Jurgen is laughing. What's funny? Research purposes, y'all know how I am. If you have a favorite cookie flavor, let me know. I am peanut butter, but I like chocolate chip as well. All right, so I went there to go get some footage for you all. All right, so that was Matheson's if you're ever in Key West, Florida. So now the official tour is over. I did some shopping, picked up a little hoodie, and then I made my way back to the ship. So again, when you are in port, usually, like I said, you sail overnight and then the ship parks, or they call it docking and like tying to the anchors, usually about 7 or 8 a.m. And then they lower the gangway and you can get off. And you basically have all day free time, whatever you want to do. Usually they have all aboard, which means the gangway comes back up at, 4:30, 5, 6, depending on where you are, because those ports stay busy and different ships have to like park and leave and park and leave. And you just want to be mindful if you're going to go off and do your own thing to keep abreast of the time and come back, because there are whole YouTube channels dedicated to people who miss the ship and get stranded. And y'all, no, I did not want that to be me. Marie wants a peanut butter with chocolate. I know, so good. Jurgen says I could pretend to be surprised right now. Y'all know me. It's hopeless. It's hopeless, right? Me and my research. All right, so we're making our way back to the ship. So there was a line. They had a little bit of technical issues with the computer, but everything was in that little wristband. So you just got in line to board and you scan your little wristband, then your picture comes up to make sure that it's you, and you get back on the ship and refresh yourself. And then we are sailing off. Come sail away, sailing off from Key West. So it was a beautiful day, beautiful beach kind of town. So now I'm back on the ship, bars, and more bars. I will say this. Virgin Voyages was very generous. They had a promotion at the time that we booked. So as soon as we came back from the Maggie Meetup cruise, the first one, Lauren set up the Maggie Meetup cruise number 2 that we just came back from. And so I had actually booked a year in advance, which means now we have the Maggie Meetup cruise number 3 already scheduled to go. And I've dropped the link. You all can see here, Lauren has got the link up for the 3rd annual. And we're going to do this again next year in November. And we're going to be on Royal Caribbean's Wonder of the Seas. So we're going to be on this one next year. And all the information is there. I'll drop this in the chat again for anyone who needs it. But my point is this. When you book that far in advance, I think it's only like $200 to hold your room. And y'all, none of this money comes to me. I don't see it, don't want to see it. Everything goes through the travel agent. She is a proper travel agent. And when you book, you get your confirmation email from Royal Caribbean or from Virgin Voyages. All right. So everything is taken care of for you. And I'm really grateful to Lauren. We will have a detailed Meetup stream later. I'm doing a recap. So my point is this: when we booked with Virgin, they gave all of us like a $300 bar tab. So on the cruise, most drinks were included: water, tea, coffee, soda, I think some juices like the ones in the machine. If you wanted any premium drinks like espresso drinks or fresh squeezed juices or alcohol, you would pay for those. I think the prices were reasonable, like between $9 and $11, or maybe up to 15 if you wanted something big. I'm not a big drinker, but I think drinks will cost you like $20 now when you go places. They put a $300 credit on all of our rooms. After 5 days, when we left, I still had like $169 left. So lots of bars. If you like to drink from morning to night, that is the cruise for you. The Condemned says, I got to get my money up so you can make one of these cruises. Yes, we're a year out, y'all. And there are payment plans. So it's only $200. Again, I'll put the link. I just dropped the link. There's a registration form. You can put $200 down to book your spot for next year. And then you got a whole year to pay on it. And I don't think it's that much. I think the prices, let me go take a look for next year, because each one is different. Royal Caribbean, you pay per person. Virgin, you pay per the room. I don't know if she has the prices here. Yes. So interior without a window, $642 per person. With a window, ocean view is $755. We always do the balcony. Balcony is $760 per person. So you can break that up over the course of a year and join us. And yes, it's $200 to reserve your room. And then you can set up flex pay, make 10 payments, and then pay by September of next year. So I always want to give y'all all the information, and then you can decide what's best for you. Okay, so back on board, there's bars. Dinner on Key West Day was at this place called the Test Kitchen. This was the experimental dining room. If you just want to sit down to a good meal, I would not recommend it. If you like to explore different types of cuisine, if you're open to different like mushroom paste in the shape of a mushroom, highly recommend it. All right. Y'all know me. I'm always down for an experiment. But we had, I think, venison. I think we had, this was peas with an egg yolk you were supposed to like smash and mix all together and then scoop it up with your bread. I tried it with the crusty bread. So this kind of food was at the Test Kitchen. I can't remember. I think this was another bowl of soup. This was the venison. Why they made it splattered to look like it was an accident, I don't know. But if you're, okay with this kind of experimental cuisine, this was one of the restaurants available to you. And then they had some like mole sauce with blueberries. So some interesting combinations. This was cake with some almond paste and then some strawberries made to look like caviar. All right. Then we did a little bit of window shopping. Mr. got me my new watch for my birthday. Very grateful for that. They had the watch and scotch class. So the Rolex lovers, he was joining them to sit down and learn all about watches. I did some window shopping. Of course, they had luxury bags. So I did take a look at this Hermes and its price tag. I don't know if y'all can see that, $25,000. So I just took a picture of it. I did ask to touch it and she gave me some gloves. So I picked it up and some other bags, some Louis bags, some, Karl Lagerfeld, just having a good time, window shopping. And then I think after the Test Kitchen wanted some real food, so went to the galley. You can get your fish sandwiches, your fish and chips, your pizza. So just showing you that they have. So they have everything on display and you just let them know what you want and then they hand it to you. All right. So lots of options, food, 24/7, as much as you want, whenever you want. But they build it. You can see the tongs are facing inside. So you tell them what you want and they assemble it for you. So if you don't like the buffets, this would be great for you. So I think I got some salmon on toast. So you can see here, they prepare everything for you. All right, so that was day number 3. And then my favorite day, day number 4, we went to the island of Bimini in the Bahamas. So in Bimini, Bree says it looks like roadkill. Yeah. The test kitchen was interesting. I'm glad I did it. Honestly, y'all, we had a great time, but I have to be honest with you all about my experiences so you know what you're getting into. I think if you want the traditional cruising, you're going to love Royal Caribbean because they have adult only spaces, and we had a wonderful time last year and we're going to do it again next year. But I got to show y'all everything so you have all of the information. All right. So Royal Caribbean has their own island. Well, they split an island. There's an island in the Bahamas called Bimini. People actually live there. So on this day, I wanted to get out. We ordered room service. So I ordered room service, and it's cool. It comes in these like this tote that they hang on the door, and it's in these like containers. So you have your silverware. Mr. likes to wake up slow. He doesn't like all that, moving around. So I prefer if it were in real serveware. It was in like takeaway cups, but it's okay. So I made his coffee and set up everything for him. But on the other traditional cruise lines, it's like room service in a hotel where you get the nice tray and the real china and everything. So, everything, the food was great, bacon and eggs and some fruit. So I just kind of set it all up. And then I think I got some egg whites and turkey sausage. So you can absolutely order food to your room if you want to wake up slow. You don't have to be around people. But this is how it comes, kind of in these stackable modular containers. Again, not bad at all. But I'm kind of throwback old fashioned. I like the, regular service, but this is great. Marie says breakfast looks good. Yeah, the food was good. Room service was included and definitely an option, or maybe nominal. Okay, so eating breakfast, and then I think, yeah, we're going down to the island. So yeah, everything was good. All right. So now we are going out to Bimini. So beautiful. I can't say enough about the water. Just, it was incredible. Beautiful beach view, just perfect. Perfect day. So looking out on the balcony. So we pulled up and they're getting us all hoisted up and all the stuff they do. Shout out to the men that do that work. All right. So now we're ready to go. So welcome to Bimini. Gangway goes down. We're off at Bimini Beach. And they have these little trolleys that will take you actually to the beach. So we're getting off the ship and all of this is included. So they take you to the beach side. So you just line up and you're looking at the beautiful water. These keep running. So you can go, anytime when one leaves, the next one comes up. So we made our way to Bimini, and then Virgin Voyages has their own private beach club. So that's nice. So we're there. And you can see they have food, they have drink. We did reserve a cabana. And so found our cabana and just kind of hung out. And it was wonderful. They brought food, they brought drinks. I let the ladies hang with us. So we had like a little touchdown spot. It was wonderful. And yeah, so whatever you need, they just continue to bring it. This was probably my absolute favorite. So it was nice to have cabana service and enjoy. All right. All right. So, of course, they started playing the music. So, I had to start dancing and everything. Y'all already know. So, again, everybody's, getting crunk. So, I had to join. You already know. But there's the pool, the DJ. Let's see if he's doing his thing. All right. So just, that's the pool area. There's me and Gail and everybody. One second, y'all. I got somebody at the door. So let me All right, and we're back. So, yes, we had a great time. Me and the ladies, y'all see Gail, there's Lori. We went out, you all can see the adults were having a good time, everybody in the pool, but we were over on the cabana section. It was really nice. Hello, Jessica. Thank you so much for being here. It was really nice to have our own spot tucked away. I really enjoyed that. Beautiful views, so highly recommended. We walked over to the water. The water was a little bit cold, but it was just wonderful. This was probably my favorite day. We had a great time, just relaxing, being silly, and just enjoying, So that's what we did. So everybody got in the picture, and we were just having a good time, y'all. It was perfect. It was absolutely perfect. Cannot wait. We will we will be back next year, but we're gonna do it on Royal Caribbean. So. Exactly. Exactly. So the men were off doing their thing. It was just wonderful. It was relaxing. This was our last full day. We wanted to take it all in and just enjoy. It was great. It was absolutely great. I just smile looking at these pictures. It was just wonderful to see everybody have a good time. Came back. Mr. had ordered one of everything for us. So all this was included with the cabana service, hashtag cabana life. So rice and beans, fruit, cake, curry, just everything, whatever you want. They just continued to bring it. So it was a wonderful, relaxing day. This was really good. I think it was like some type of pulled pork and flatbread. So that was our day in Bimini. And so when it was time to go all aboard, we got back on the trolley to take us back to the ship and then make our way back on so we could sail back to Miami. So there's our home away from home for the week that we were there. So as the sun is setting, we had a wonderful day and then went to dinner. And let's see, I think we went back to the wake. Yes, we went to the wake for dinner again. I love the old throwback type of nautical restaurants. So it was wonderful. So had our, beverages and pull apart bread with butter and just enjoying everything, just really, really enjoying. So I think that's some soup. I can't remember lettuce boats, like Caesar salad, lettuce boats. So yeah, it was great, y'all. It was just incredible. I had salmon. I wanted something light after being out in the water. So I had some salmon and some dessert. I just got some of everything, y'all. I just got some of everything. This looks like lemon, but it was like a lemon cake you cut into. So everything was really just decorated nicely. And it was good. It was good. Sometimes, food that looks really fancy, sometimes it doesn't taste like amazing. And sometimes you just want chocolate cake, not a tart with all the extras. So I can tell, like, if you just want a piece of lemon pie, oh, the wake, can y'all see the water as we're sailing away? So that's the view as you're sailing. That's why it's called the wake. So that was absolutely beautiful and relaxing. So that's the view as you're enjoying your meal. So that was dinner. And then I went to a show. I won't say much about the show. It really wasn't my cup of tea. It was kind of like Cirque du Soleil meets Rent on Broadway. So it was very, I think I'm just getting old, y'all. I like the dancing and maybe ice skating or just something like I don't need, like it was fine. Not my cup of tea. Marie says, thank you for the compliment. I enjoy. Hello, Kalia, if I'm saying that correctly. And Jurgen says, question. Did I miss a question, Jurgen? I can't remember. All right, let me wrap this up for y'all so I can go. So that was a show. I went to a show, went by myself, but y'all can see, they're angry young people mad at the world, but everybody, comes together at the end. I'm more of a traditional put on a dress and, take me to a fantasy land. But I did a walk around the ship before I went to my room for the last night. I just wanted to walk around the ship. Let me see. So we were leaving the next day. So the DJ's blasting, but I just wanted to go around. They have basketball court. They have everything. So I think this is like 11 o'clock at night before I went to the room for the last time. They have like swings outside. So y'all see what I mean? Some of the decor, like these modern adult toys, like a swing set. You would never see this, in my opinion, on a traditional cruise. So it's fine, not my cup of tea, but this is what I mean, that we had a great time, but they didn't have like a water slide or any of like the surfboards or any of that stuff. It was a smaller ship, very red, very bright, very neon, very Virgin. So that's great. I'm glad that I did it. It was just very different, but nice walking track there. So if you want to walk for exercise. And then I went by the disco just to see what was happening. So I just wanted to explore everything before I finally turned in for the night. So some nice lights on the way to the disco. And then, of course, they had some people doing karaoke. There's entertainment all the time. You can partake or not partake. But yeah, that's she was singing. All right. So she was doing her thing. So that was day number 4. And then the last day, woke up. If you want them to help you with your luggage, you just need to have it outside your door the night before, or you can take it yourself. We decided to take it ourselves. So just went to breakfast, did do breakfast at the galley. So instead of a sit down breakfast, we just did something simple. So we finally sailed overnight and made our way to Miami. It was beautiful. We arrived early, like 6 a.m. in the morning. So all the other ships are there. And you can see the horizon or skyline of Miami. It was overcast, but the sun was kind of starting to peek through. And then we went to the galley for breakfast before we headed out. So bacon, egg, and cheese croissant sandwich, French toast. This was actually really good. So this was that kind of grab and go, bacon and eggs, lots of good food, mimosa, Bellini, whatever you want. So you can make sure you have a nice full breakfast before you leave, and then you line up. They have everything, just whatever you want. You just point at it and they give it to you. So no shortage of food at all. Pancakes, French toast. This was a French toast sandwich. Oh, French toast burger. Can you imagine? French toast burger. So yeah, as you can see, they plate it for you and then hand it to you. So we got pancakes and syrup, all the good stuff. Had to have a couple bites of that. It would have been nice for them to bring it to us. Then I had to go collect my illegal candles. I bought some candles at the gift shop in Key West, and you can't have glass on board. So I had to go pick it up. So time to go. We ended up at the Amex Lounge waiting for our flight. So you all know that. Had a good time. And I think that was it. It was wonderful. So that was the Maggie Meetup cruise. I know I ran through this, but and then we're sailing off back to Atlanta, leaving Miami, and it was wonderful. So thank you all so much. Those of you all who joined us, those of you all who took the journey virtually with us. It was wonderful. So I absolutely enjoyed it. Can't wait to do it again. Next year, we're going to be on Royal Caribbean, and I would love for you all to come celebrate my 50th with me, or as always, I'll do a recap afterwards. Jurgen says, looks like traveling for 20-year-olds. I can see why young people would really like it, but y'all know I'm 49 now, I'll be 50 next year. I just want something just a little bit more traditional, and that's me. Y'all know I always say, do your thing. I know my thing. So I just wanted to be very honest with you all. Marie says, thank you for sharing. So thank you all so much. I'm going to go enjoy a little bit of pampering, and that's it. So today's Saturday. Lucy Lucy and I didn't stream today. She's enjoying Thanksgiving with her family, so I wanted to do this with you all. And I'll be back tomorrow, Sunday, in the kitchen doing something. So thank you all so much. Thank you for making 49 an amazing birthday. And I will see you all tomorrow. All right, everybody. Good night.